Well, welcome to another edition of Blue Rising. I'm Ellen Ellard.
And I'm Will Brazier. We're bringing you all the news and action from your club.
Absolutely. And we've got two very special guests on the show today. As always, our hat-trick hero from Norwich in 2001. It's Tommy Mooney. How are you doing, Tommy?
Oh, good, thank you. Good memory you have there, Ellen. Thank you for reminding me.
2.
Yeah, I was 10 as well.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Great memories for us all there. We're joined also by a very special guest, one of our 12 apostles of the club, a Birmingham City women's legend. Please welcome Kerys Harrop.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Big cheer there, Tom.
Ooh, I know I was going to cut you, but it never happened. So
How are you, Kerys? All right?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
And we've got lots more coming up on the show. Special sit down with Lee Carsley. And of course, looking back at all of the very important results from the weekend.
But first, let's get into the news.
Well, Birmingham is blue, a huge victory in the derby for our women's team in the Subway League Cup on Friday night, beating, of course, our local rivals on penalties.
Yes, a historic week continued as we celebrated 150 years of this fantastic football club with a men's home fixture against Norwich.
And Coral have announced big news for the Birmingham City Foundation that they'll be donating £500 for every home goal scored at St Andrews.
Well, we're going to need a bigger checkbook, Ellen. That's 12 goals in our last 3 home games. I am loving it.
And huge news from our behind-the-scenes team as well here at Birmingham City as they won gold at the Football Content Awards this week. Huge congratulations, of course, to everyone involved.
Now, I love that, but you know I love the club shop maybe just a little bit more. Get yourself down there. Black Friday deals on at the moment. The away shirt, the third shirt, there's some fantastic deals, so get yourself there.
Right, let's get into the action and look back to Friday night and a huge Derby Day victory in the Subway Women's League Cup where Amy Merrick's team defeated our local rivals on penalties.
Yeah, after a tight 3-3 fixture, it all came down to penalties and we won them 4-2. Fantastic save by Adriana Franch. Some super saves to get us the win. Should we have a little look?
Yeah, let's take a look back at the highlights.
Crossed weight. Sarri pokes it home! They've bided their time and their first effort at Ellie Roebuck's goal nestles into the corner. Birmingham City preparing for a change as well, but they're looking to add to the scoreline here. Cut back to Sarri! Once again, devastatingly emphatic from Birmingham City. They further strengthen their position in this game. Deep one from Cairns, Metz, and delivered a vital goal back, and a pattern it is. Runs into G, opens up for Mullet, denied, the follow-up is there, we're level. Louis tries to win it back, Grant still going, looking for a teammate. Has she found one? Oh, she has! Birmingham's corner. Roebuck gets a fist to it. Heron. McKenna. Louis! She looks towards the assistant. The flag stays down, so we have an equaliser in stoppage time. Finds the back of the nets to level things up, and she's denied by Franch. Very assured spot kick there from an experienced player. Patton. Franch went the right way. Birmingham 3-1 up. And she does so. In reply here. She finds the back of the nets. Quinn. Never in doubt. Kendall denied! And it is Birmingham City who win another spot kick.
Well, a huge victory. Bragging rights very much on the blue side of Birmingham. Kerys, there's been a real swing, hasn't there, over the years, where Aston Villa coming through as Birmingham unfortunately dropped down into the Women's Championship, WSL2. This going into and coming through what is a huge season is a big statement.
Absolutely. I think it's been a while since we had a local derby. I remember seeing some of the highlights before the game was actually played, and it was showing some of the old footage of when we beat them beforehand. But yeah, no, I was there at the game. It was brilliant. The fans were fantastic. I think they were louder than the Villa fans. But yeah, just really exciting and a real good showcase for Birmingham. I think the owners were there too, so it was really good for them to see that, you know, these are the games that we want to invest in and help the women's team to grow. And yeah, fingers crossed. I've got every hope that they'll get promoted up into the WSL 1 next season, and yeah, we'll see even more local derbies.
You speak about the change there, Kerys. How much has changed since your time at the club?
Oh yeah, loads. Like, even just coming here and, you know, seeing the facility
posh in
here.
there,
It's posh, I know, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's changed massively. Just the level of investment. I have to still go down to the women's training ground quite a lot. Deliver lots of workshops there, but just to see the facility and how much that's grown. The girls obviously now get looked after from a nutrition perspective. There's always a new job going at Blues on LinkedIn every week as well, and just shows the amount that the club is growing, and they're really investing in the infrastructure as well. So yeah, it's really pleasing for me, not just as a former player, but you know, I'm a fan of the club essentially. And yeah, it's really exciting. Obviously, the new stadium unveil as well. That's really exciting too. So yeah, it's a very exciting time to be a Blues player.
So you joined the club when you were 9 years old in the academy. How did that come about? Was there other options with the local teams, or?
I guess it was just, I think my dad just went on on the internet and actually went for a session of Wolves, which I didn't like. So obviously then I was like, Dad, you got to keep looking. And yeah, I think he just found the information on the website, and yeah, went down for a first trial. I still remember it quite well, which is strange because my memory is actually really bad, but certain distinctive like memories that have got emotion attached, I guess, like I still remember it, doing some different drills with Marcus Bignot, who was the manager at the time. And yeah, just progressed all through, it was called the Centre of Excellence at the time, the academy. Progressed all through there. I think I made my debut when I was about 15. I was a centre midfielder, but one of our centre backs got injured, so I was shoved in at centre back, and I think I did quite a good job, and that's where I stayed then. I kind of stayed in the back line. But yeah, I've just got great memories of my time at Birmingham, obviously winning the FA Cup and things. So
I think as the club and women's football progression throughout the period of your career, when you look back at it, obviously you mentioned the FA Cup there, but obvious highlights?
Yeah, FA Cup definitely, because I'd obviously been at the club for such a long time by that point. It was like a real dramatic game as well, you know, went to penalties and we won on penalties. Getting to Champions League semi-final, like little old Birmingham, especially with the lack of resources we did have then, but we just had a real great team full of quality players. Definitely the nights out and celebrations after those, they're always a highlight too. But yeah, just got loads of great memories. We'd obviously playing at Wembley as well in the FA Cup final. We didn't win that one, but it was still a fantastic achievement, and having all your family and friends there. I'm sure you've played in like big games and big stadiums like that, and it just means a lot, doesn't it, when all your family and friends there.
And now we're both retired.
Yeah.
You've gone to the dark side with the agency. I've stayed on the light side with Blue Rising. But I think sometimes when you look back on your career, the games are the obvious things, but is there some things that you've experienced through those times where you think, I really enjoyed that, I like that?
Yeah, I think just, you know, when I was at Blues, I had another role. I was like the sister club programme officer, so I linked and liaised a lot with local grassroots clubs and schools, and that was really rewarding as well. I think it's really good to give back and try and help the growth of the game. So, you know, our attendances increased by like a third because all these young girls, and you know, there'd be some with like Harrop on the back of their shirt, and I think those are the real moments. Like you say, you naturally just always think of the trophies and the games that you've played, but that was definitely one of the most rewarding things for me, was just getting more girls interested and aware of the fact that there's a women's team at Birmingham, and hopefully inspiring some of them to maybe be a footballer one day. So
how much did that help with the role that you have now, obviously as an agent? There's a lot of, you know, picking up the phone to either academy teams, going and watching players. How much did that opportunity that you had while you were still a Blues player help where you are now?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's all those sort of transferable skills, isn't it? Like negotiating, budgeting, the communication, building your network, which I think I naturally had in the game anyway, because I've been in the league for so long. So I know a lot of former coaches now or general managers who are at clubs, so that just being a player within the league for so long has helped to develop that network. But yeah, it's very skills that I've developed during my playing time that have helped me now to get a job. So yeah, I'm an agent, also a lecturer as well at a university. So and I really encourage that. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to be an agent is because I'm very big on the dual career. you know, there's going to be time, unfortunately, after football where you do have to carry on working. So I really try and encourage my players to think about their career, you know,
Do you think
post football as well.
some of the things that you talk about that you're doing now, do you think you almost learned that skill set in a dressing room or on a match day?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's, you know, sport. It gives you a lot of skills, doesn't it? Like teamwork, communication, leadership, building resilience, how to empathise with your teammates if they're maybe struggling or sitting on the bench. Like, how do you approach them? So, yeah, definitely skills that. And just I've been in those situations myself. So that's another reason why I wanted to do the agency thing, is because for me, there's no better person to advise someone who's been there and done it and experienced all the highs and lows that they will experience in their career.
So essentially it's dealing with individuals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
as part of a dressing room, you've got the people that you're closer to, the people that you're not so close, but when you all come together on a match day, it's about managing
That's it.
those.
We all know, you know, there's loads of different personalities and backgrounds within the team, more so even now in women's football, more nationalities and, like, you know, different languages and things. So yeah, you all have to aim towards that common goal, which is to win, and whether it's trophies or promotion or whatever it is, or just to win the weekly games. That can be quite hard to do, can't it? That's why I wouldn't be a coach, because, like, at least with me in the age where I can manage it on a more individual basis, whereas, like, I think it's an impossible challenge to try and keep 25 people in the squad happy. So it's really difficult. People always say that to me. I don't know if they say the same to you. Why have you not gone into coaching? I think you've got to be really passionate about it, but I just think it's an impossible task. I've got a mortgage and bills to pay. I can't afford to be risking losing my job if I don't win games, you know.
I tried coaching. I wasn't very good at it. That's why they said you're not a coach.
So you had no choice then.
You're great on this, Tom, so that's over to you.
Thanks, mate.
There you go. You've found your calling in life. There you go.
You spoke about all the accolades there, but being named as one of the 12 apostles very recently, what did that mean for you?
Oh yeah, everything. I think you know, to kind of go down in the club's history and just having, like, the murals painted around the ground and be on the 12 apostles, like, it's just massive, isn't it? It's something I'm really proud of. You know, to be you're a club legend, and, you know, hopefully that does stay in time, and yeah, it's just something that will be there forever, hopefully, and I'm really proud of it.
And just with where the club is at the moment, with all the investment on the women's side of it, how does that make you feel with the team going forward as well?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it's really exciting, isn't it? I can't wait to see the design of the stadium and what it looks like in reality. Because when I saw the plans, I was like, wow, this just looks so different, doesn't it? You know, and I'm, you know, obviously from Birmingham, and I love the whole background to it, and, like, the release video with you know, the Peaky Blinders and Jude was just brilliant, wasn't it? So yeah, it's a very exciting time for the club. The owners have come in and been fantastic. Cause I've been there at a time where maybe it was a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So no, it just gives you that hope again, and there's definitely a buzz around the ground and, like, the training ground, isn't there? So.
And it's great to see the sort of new era of players coming through. You mentioned, of course, so many different nationalities. And when you look, obviously, going into the international break at the minute for the women, all the call-ups that have come from the Blues squad. You played in such an iconic squad with so many incredible players who have gone on to do so much, including, of course, the two who lifted the Euros trophy over summer. Was there any players, any teammates that really stood out to you during your time at Blues?
I think, yeah, over the years we had really good players. I think naturally, like Ellen White, when she came, was like, okay, this is a bit of a statement signing. You know, this is a club that's trying to push and go in the right direction. So yeah, Ellen was brilliant, really good player. I think back to the team, you know, we were winning the FA Cup in 2012, Champions League semi-final, and these all girls like Jo Potter, Jade Moore, Remy Allen, Laura Bassett, obviously Kaz. These are all girls that have not just succeeded in their careers on the pitch, but now they're all doing some great work off the pitch too, whether it's in managerial positions. Kaz is obviously doing great on Strictly. So big up Kaz, so she gets to the final. But yeah, they're all off, you know, now successful off the pitch too, which is really nice to see.
We have to touch on your time with the England youth setup as well. Of course, all the success that England have had over the course of the last couple of years. Just how important is it to keep that connection between clubs like Birmingham and, of course, the England youth setup?
Oh yeah, it's massive. I think it's definitely harder now for the young players coming through. I think even look at Birmingham, it's just full of these foreign players coming in because that's just the way the game is going. So, you know, there's lots of youngsters in the Blues that play, like Neve Heron and you know, Ava Bacon around it and so on, Lucy Nall. but it's just more difficult for them to get regular minutes. But I think some clubs will still reward the girls. So, but it's good because then they're training every day with better players. They will develop, and sometimes I think the players lose sight of the fact they are still developing by training regularly every day with these top class players. But yeah, no, it's obviously the England girls. They've been close a few times. Under 19s and under 17s got the Euros and that coming up. So yeah, I'd like to see another youth age group win a trophy again. Obviously the Lionesses senior team doing great, but I don't actually think since we won it, the under 19 Euros back in like 2009, there hasn't actually been a youth team, England team that's won it yet. So I quite like that because it feels like you want to keep that like accolade to yourself, but at the same time, it would be great if some of the youth age groups started to win some of the tournaments too.
With your role now, and obviously going back to the start of your career, just how much of that evolution has been in terms of the game with all the infrastructure around it now? Does it sort of obviously we've still got so much more to do, but is there elements that still surprise you?
Oh, massive, yeah. Like I think like in the youngsters now, even in the under 21s at Blues in the PGA, they get their breakfast, they get their lunch, they get their dinner. They have access to a nutritionist, psychologist, player care, education officer. We didn't have that like back in my day. We trained at like University of Birmingham on a hockey pitch, twice a week, and then we just have to do our own weights and strength and conditioning things. So yeah, it's just changed massively, not just at the senior level, but also with the kids, and that's just the 21s, let alone this infrastructure for the academy from the under 10s all the way through as well. So yeah, it just shows how much investment, how much growth there has been in the last 20 years, even more since I was that age. So
what would it mean to see Birmingham City back competing in the Champions League places at the top of the WSL?
Oh yeah, you mean everything. Just to get back into the WSL 1, that's where the club has always been. That's our history. So I think that's definitely where the club needs to be. And hopefully this is the year that they do it.
And there's a ready-made agent waiting to look after them.
There you go. But no, I think like I say, just for the fact of getting the local derbies back again, and just trying to. It'll be difficult. Our Champions League will be difficult. It's probably more of a 5 to 10 year plan because I see other clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, they're all investing as well. But that's where the Blues owners want to get the club to, isn't it? Not just on the women's side, but on the men's side as well. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next 10 years or so.
And also, you've been doing a bit of the co-coms as well. On the media side of that, you've been enjoying that?
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I probably did a little bit more last season. So I've done a bit with like BBC WM and stuff this year. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's certainly that season where obviously the guys got promoted. That was the perfect season to do the co-coms. A lot of positive games to watch and lots of positive things to talk about. You've done a little bit as well, haven't you? Still doing some now?
I used to do a load, and then you started doing it, and I don't know.
Well, I'm not doing it now, so I thought you were doing it. So maybe someone else has took their job. So no, yeah, it's good fun. It's just getting paid to talk about football is not a bad thing, is it? So yeah, it's good.
Living the dream job, isn't it? Kerys, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate having you on the show, and hopefully we'll see you throughout the season. Of course, as the women go on, fingers crossed. What is a spectacular charge to the WSL. Kerys mentioned it. We are going to take a look back at some of the highlights from what has been a very busy week in terms of the stadium development. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Birmingham City powerhouse. What an unbelievable moment. We could not be more excited to share this incredible design with so many people who have played an important role in making it a reality.
Community, unity, so many hands help build these pillars. Home of the Blues, who we applaud. Our greatness is beyond reproach. Tough from the ground up, through and through.
This is the biggest day in our club's 150-year history.
The city, the people, the football club, and the opportunity to create something unique and distinctive in one of this country's greatest and sometimes overlooked regions.
On behalf of the Foundation, we're truly excited about how this facility is going to incorporate our local community and inspire all the young people.
It's going to be a game changer for the city and help in so many ways that it deserves.
Our new home it's up there with the best stadiums in Bath.
It'll be a dream to play in front of them fans and in this sort of amazing stadium.
a sporting venue that will stand tallest in the city, visible for many miles around, and permanent home to the football club that bears its name.
And it is a stadium that's befitting of Champions League. I've already done the pan back in my mind, you know, that drone shot, you know, like we see of so many iconic stadiums.
I've often referred to this as a stadium that will never be built. It's a reference to the comments that I've read on social media time and time again. But as you can see today, not only will it be built, it will be one of a kind.
Well, what a weekend it was for Chris Davies' side, thrashing Norwich 4-1. What a way to mark the 150th anniversary of the club.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. 2 goals from Stano, 2 goals from the Duck, our 7th win of the season. What a day it was.
Yeah, I'm not going to get sick of watching back the goals, so let's give it another look.
Blues, our first home game since those back-to-back 4-0 wins, as Damara Gray's unleashed on the left-hand side. Squares it for Ducks! Gray tug on the floor, and then Iwata follows suit. And Ducks shout towards Roberts. Space for the Blues winger, right-hand side of the box. Squares it! And Stansfield could nod it in for 2. As we tighten our grip after 20 minutes. As Stacey's worked well on the overlap in towards Sargent, palmed away by Beadle and fired in by Kriskanen. Gray again, one-on-one with Stacey. Gray inside on his right foot, looks to bend it. Roberts the back stick, back across goal, saved, turned in by Marvin Dutch. Dutch at the double, and our 2-goal buffer restored before half-time. And Marvin Dux, right place, right time once again. And Blues lead Norwich by 3-1 before the break. Into McLean, dispossessed by Gray, and then it's through for Jay Stansfield. Stansfield's in, one-on-one for 2 for Jay. It's in! Blues are carving the Canaries apart at St Andrews.
Well, what a game, Tommy, to mark the 150th anniversary. What did you make of the goals?
Got good history against Norwich,
Yeah.
haven't we? I absolutely loved it. I love a wide player, get the ball in the box and the striker being there, the right place, the right time. 4 occasions, brilliant game, great result.
We speak about this sort of first 11 getting really up and running. There was a few changes, obviously, with the midfield. I thought that performed really well, didn't it, with Doyle and Leonard, but just the way we're going forward now, but even all the way from the back, it just feels like we're really purring, doesn't it?
Just so solid, and Chris Davies said it, relentless from the first minute. Could have scored in the first minute. So to have that amount of pressure and the intensity of the press, we've seen it many, many times, but I think it paid off more in that particular game than it has done previously. And just great result.
We've had some spectacular results at home over the course of the last month. How much has that intensity, you know, like you say, pressing from the start, really impacted the results at home?
Yeah, I think the supporters energised the players, and the players are re-energising the supporters. You know, there's always a fabulous atmosphere. St Andrews at Knighthead Park is bouncing. Whether we're losing, drawing, winning, it doesn't really matter. But when you get performances and results like that, it makes it a real special place.
I think to the outside as well, people will go, sort of just clicked into place. But obviously the Ducks' arrival with that sort of everything he brings, adding goals to his name as well. How important will that be for him? Because outside people could go, he's not scored or assisted, but we know how good he's been. Does that just sort of give him even more confidence?
Massive for him. There's the huge pressure. You want to get your first goals for the club as quick as possible, because whether you admit it or not, it's in the back of your mind as a striker. You're coming as a goal scorer. We've seen all sorts of facets to his game that we perhaps didn't expect. Obviously, the recruitment team and Chris Davies knew what he could do, but I think his relationship and his link play with Jay has been outstanding. But also his hold-up play to enable the wide players to get into those areas, and then when you get, you know, the standard of finish and crosses that we're seeing against Norwich, that's just everything that they work on at the training ground here at Epic.
And you can speak on this matter with plenty of experience. 2001, early December, 4-0 against Norwich, and you scored 3. And did you set up the 4th as well?
It was a really good day. Yeah, didn't have too many match balls, but I've certainly got that one all signed by the players. Yeah, set up a really good closing period of the season, which obviously ended in the Millennium Stadium against Norwich, and that first promotion to to the famous Premier League.
And Will, of course, for you as well, lifelong fan, the results, I mean, I was with you at home just a couple of weeks ago against Millwall. These results, it must mean a lot, the turnaround of form and that things, like you say, are just clicking into place.
Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago there wasn't pressure, but there's probably a bit of outside noise just around the team because of the results. But just knowing what the gaffer did last season and just how meticulous he is, but how much smart he is and learning and just everything he's changed with this team and completely like just always with the evolution of it as well. I absolutely love it and always had the faith as well. And just, I mean, Awata at right back is just an absolute revelation, isn't it? Mark Leonard sort of coming in and playing that role. Tommy Doyle, you'd have to cut me off because I could be here for 60 minutes waxing lyrics.
And what we can cut you off, speaking of the Millwall game, we can look back at an incredible night that we did have not so long ago. My first home game under the lights, actually in the stands, not working in the media, in the press room. It was a spectacular night. Great to see the club doing so much, of course, for fans and us too that night. Let's take a look back at, how that game went down. Well, who needs the Champions League when you've got the Championship, Will? Nights under the lights, it doesn't come much better than this. It might be raining, but it's going to take a hell of a lot to dampen our mood tonight, right?
Yeah, leave your umbrellas at home because tonight it gets serious. It's a match day for me. I want to show you what I normally do. We've got so much on offer here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. So let's get to the car park, let's get a drink, let's get some scran.
Let's have some fun.
Cheers, fellas. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Get on this. Lovely chips, waffle chips, fried chicken. I'm not going to eat on camera because you don't want to see that. But let me just tell you, it's delicious.
Can I get the samosa chaat, please? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Look at that. Oh my God. That looks insane. I don't even know if I want to wait until we get over there. Got to go straight in. That's good.
On the up.
Samosa chaat. Like everything on this, mate.
Spicy or not?
A little bit.
Yeah.
In a good way. How about yours?
Yeah, lovely.
Love that.
Right, Ellen's getting herself a Blues tattoo to mark the occasion. She's having a day off, she's enjoying the game, so I've got a little treat as well. Gonna find, then I'm gonna go for a scarf, get a nice matching one here. Hi there, should I just grab that one, please? Thank you. Perfect, thank you. Have a nice day.
There you are, right. Firstly, this place is massive.
Yeah, there's lots in
Got
here.
everything here. Got a tattoo, mate.
What I have done is got you a present from here.
Really?
A matching scarf.
Oh my God,
Because you also need 2 scarves.
Yeah.
Ellen, 2 scarves.
Yeah, and we can get a bit of that going.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Don't do that once you get picked up.
This is my first match day as a fan. What can't I miss? Where would you recommend going?
The fan zone, so we've got this one. I've spun fan zone the cop. Just the things I've done with the fan zone's really good. So we've never had it before, we just had walks outside the ground, but it brings fans together. It's really cool to go.
Obviously, match day's changed quite a lot in the last 12 months. How impressed have you been by the changes here?
Yeah, it's a completely different club. We came before we did take over as well. It's completely different. Before, we used to get here like bang on kick-off, whereas now, bang early.
Yeah.
What's the best bit of a match day for you? What do you enjoy the most?
Atmosphere.
The atmosphere. Fireworks? Players walking out? Or the music?
Yeah.
That's the best bit.
The change has been amazing. Literally, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have come to the game. Would have just come like 10 minutes before. So yeah, love that.
Favourite thing about a night game? Yeah? Right, here we go.
Roberts into the penalty area. It comes all the way for Peck through the crowd. Wow. Picked up by Stansfield inside Millwall territory. Marvin Dux shouts to double the lead before half-time. Stansfield pulls it back to Gray. Down the right-hand side he comes again. Uwata's cross into the penalty area. Away by Harding. Only as far as Cochrane. What a hit from Alex Cochrane! Patrick Roberts, and Roberts tees up Anderson, cute ball into Stansfield, looking to barrel his way through.
Well, what about that?
What a game.
Hey, 4-0, you can come every week. Got here early, get the drink in, get the food in, soak up the atmosphere, enjoy the goals for a nice bit of dessert, and walk away nice and happy.
And this lot around us, absolutely incredible. The atmosphere, 10 out of 10. Fireworks on and off the pitch.
Yeah.
It had the lot.
It's brilliant. Tuesday night, under the lights.
Let's have it. 1st of December, Watford.
Good memory from you, that.
There we go. We'll be back.
Yes, that's what she's the professional, and I'm not. Keep right on.
Keep right on. Well, I hope you could see on my face during that just how much fun that I had. And actually, the best thing about that day for me was watching you. Watching the game, because that was just such an experience. Great result. Incredible run of form that we're on at home that, of course, we've continued. For you, like we mentioned, lifelong fan, to see how much the club is now giving back to the fans must make you delighted.
I mean, I've got a mate who I had a season ticket with. He's not been over for a couple of years. He came over a couple of weeks back, and he's not been here for 2 years. So it's not that big amount of a time. The transformation of the stadium, everything around there, the fact that we could go and have only 1 point before the game, but all the amazing food that was on offer as well before. It's just the seats are blue, which seems a very obvious thing, but even they'd worn down. The transformation of that, and then off the back of the week of announcing the new stadium, it's a bit of a dream world at the moment. Yeah,
and a big one on Monday night, the Tommy Mooney derby. Another game, nights under the lights. They don't get much better than that. You spoke a lot last season about the impact of, was it the Bradford game and the Newcastle game as well, and how much that impacted the players to have the fans down nice and early, have them around the ground. Just how much has it changed since you were there as a player?
Yeah, huge difference. I can say, if I turn up to do co-coms a couple of hours before the game, the fan parks are busy, if not packed. And then as it gets closer to kick-off. So I think families and friends are breaking their routines to be at St Andrews at Knighthead Park because of the atmosphere extended for longer than not just 90 minutes, but for 2 hours. You have your normal match day experience in your seat in the stadium, but it's now extended outside of that. So it truly makes it a match day experience. And that is very, very rare in this country. So most people have their tradition. You have breakfast in the same place. You have a beer in the same place. All travel to the game together on whatever form of transport. But now it's changed. And I love that forward thinking side of it. But from the player's point of view, when you get to the game, it's busy.
Yeah.
In years gone by, when players get to the game, you're the first one there, other than stewards. So it's very, very different. And I'm sure it increases the intensity of, yes, the pressure, but also the excitement for the players on a match day.
Well, some things have been different.
Yeah.
But some things have stayed the same as well. And one thing that did come back for the 150th anniversary was there's people I love at this club, Tommy Mooney being one of them, and maybe he'll get to play again one day. But the biggest comeback for me at the weekend, as well as Forsell, Michael Johnson, everyone around there, was the shed.
The shed.
Yes.
The shed, I feel like, is written in law.
Yeah.
Birmingham City law. Tell us about your relationship with this four-sided, heavy, hefty piece of wood.
I'm not in a relationship with the shed, just like to make that clear, but it does hold a special place in my heart. And everyone behind the scenes gave me an amazing opportunity, which outside of the club doesn't sound great, but I got to carry on the shed at the weekend.
And we've done, I like to think, some quite, important interviews on this show.
Yeah.
We've got, spoken to injured players, we've spoken to the captain, we've spoken to the manager, we've gone out and done some really hard-hitting pieces. But this, I think, is my favourite bit of content that we've done all year. Let's take a look.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Jesus Christ.
Drop inside.
What's in there? Who was it?
Please welcome to the field our shed.
Just a little bit.
And slippy. Centre circle. Which way?
This way.
This way.
Turn.
Where?
Go up a little bit.
Up. All right.
Okay, yeah, there.
Down she goes. Hey, that was heavy, that though. What? Wasn't that actually heavy?
Oh, my heavy, that.
And he's actually got guns. He's got Clark's originals on. Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Oh! Well, there we go, just another day at Birmingham City. Shed on, shed off, no winners. But I'm the real winner, because I got to carry that shed on to this pitch. Viva la shed and all that ride with her.
I think that is one of my favourite pieces of content that you've ever done, and you know there's some good stuff there, but that POV, put it on repeat. Love that.
Yeah, there's no flattering angles when you've got that on your head, but I don't think I have many flattering angles. But if you'd have told me as a 13-year-old in the Tilton with a greasy fringe and no facial hair that I'll be carrying that shed out, I'd be a bit emotional, Tom.
Definitely not your best angle, mate. We're friends.
Yeah.
But that's not your best angle.
Okay, I'll feed that back to
I
Nicola.
thought you were going to use that opportunity to talk about the
No, I'll
the
save that
facial
one.
hair. We're saving
I'll
that.
save that one for when I need it. It's in the holster, ready to go.
Obviously, huge result, not just having the shed back, huge result at the weekend, 4-1 victory. And Tommy, someone who we know will be quite happy with that result, former Blues player and England under-21 manager, an old friend of yours, Lee Carsley. You caught up with him quite recently at St Andrews at Nighhead Park.
I did. We had a great chat, had a great time. It's always nice to see Lee. See him more on the golf course than anywhere else now, but yeah, really nice.
Well, let's take a look at that return of Lee Carsley to St Andrews.
So Lee, welcome back to St Andrews at Nighthead Park. How are we doing?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Nice to be back at the stadium.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, the club's changed a hell of a lot since I was here. But I'm obviously up to date with how quick the club's progressing. So, yeah, it's always good to come back.
I suppose for a local boy as well, born and bred in the area,
yeah,
and getting to play for the club, manage the club eventually, but over 500 appearances,
yeah.
Top 2 divisions, Republic of Ireland, success with them, European champion,
yeah,
now as well.
Yeah,
You're sitting in your England tracksuit, but that does make you smile, doesn't it?
Definitely, I think, you know, I remember growing up, all of my family are Blues fans. Going past the Blues ground on the 17 into town. First game I ever come to was a Birmingham City game. So it's you know, if you'd have said that to you know, my younger self in Sheldon, you know, in them early days, I've gone above and beyond my expectations. I've been really lucky to always have coaches and people around me that, you know, showed a lot of belief in me, always pushed me, always give me the opportunity. Like you say, I think joining Birmingham, I think I maybe been 33 at the time, just left Everton. I really wanted to finish my career, you know, in the Midlands and playing for Birmingham to get that opportunity to get. I think Birmingham had just been relegated, you know, to get them back into the Premier League and have a really good season in the Premier League. And yeah.
So that's your first season to get promoted, which I was lucky enough to do exactly the same. It's a wonderful place, this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, it was, you know, to get relegated, you're coming into a club that's obviously not a lot of confidence about, but there was definitely a feeling that, you know, especially when I joined myself, Kev Phillips, we had some good players that the board managed to keep the squad predominantly from the Premier League that have been relegated, keep them together, invested in the team. And you know, there's definitely a different feeling when you're playing for people that you're from the area. I think you definitely feel it more.
And virtually straight into the coaching side of it. I know there's little spells at Coventry and Brentford, but tell us how the caretaker or interim manager came up at Birmingham?
Yeah, so I left Man City. I was doing the under-18s at Man City and had the opportunity to come and coach under-21s at Birmingham, which was a really good opportunity. I love development football, and to develop homegrown players from your own area was a massive pull for me.
And it's the 150th anniversary.
Yeah.
So you look back during that time, obviously I was born for more of it than you were, get that. But when you look back on everything that's happened and the good times and the bad times that this club's had, what's your first thoughts when you look back on your time with Birmingham?
Yeah, I think that the first shirt that I can remember is maybe the Mark 1 shirt. So I remember that shirt, the Patrick kit as well. I remember that. My mum brought me down here for an FA Cup game against Notts Forest. I don't know what year it was, and just being blown away by the crowd and the noise. And I'm sure you remember your first ever football game. Just being, I couldn't believe how quick it was and just the noise. So yeah, the fact that the club's got such a steep history. And I think you can have different experiences, both good and bad. But I think the fan base has always been loyal and always stuck with the club. And it's great now that they're getting their rewards.
Well, we wish you good luck with that, and really appreciate you fitting us into your busy schedule. Thanks, Lee.
Thanks, mate.
Well, a lovely taste of a longer bit that's coming out on YouTube, so keep your eyes peeled for that, Tommy. Great to see you guys back together, having a good chat. Not on the golf course, so I'm sure you'll be back there soon. How nice was it to catch up with him?
Yeah, it was great. You can see what the club and England means to Lee, and obviously as a former Republic of Ireland international, a little bit different from everybody else's international background. But yeah, great to see him, and the pride that he has for this club as a local boy, and actually playing and interim manager, and then going on and seeing what he's doing now, proudly wearing his England tracksuit. It was good to see.
And of course, Will looking after, and has looked after, of course, Jay Stansfield, but now James Beadle at international level. It's great that the club still has that connection with a former player.
Yeah, I think when we spoke to James Beadle, he said about how good the environment, and he'd spoken to Lee Carsley was, so it's always nice to know that he's speaking nicely behind our back. And Tom, for you, great interview, but was it a bit like looking in the mirror?
I know where you're going with this, and I'll just get on the front foot. I have been asked more times than anybody else, are you Lee Carsley?
Right.
Yes. To which I reply, no, I'm Danny Mills.
And that is a great note to end on. Thank you, of course, to everyone who has joined us on the show. Tommy, to Kerys as well, Will, as always, and we will be back next week.